Good morning, afternoon, or night, depending on when and where you are watching this edition of TCS Student News. I'm your host, Marcus McKeever, here to bring you the quickest and freshest news from TCS and around the world. Well, let's just jump right into it. First up, we're heading to Somalia, more specifically its capital. Its capital has faced the same punishment as the capital of Iraq that was presented on in our last broadcast. Now, Mogadishu, the capital of Somalia, has been hit with an attack in its civilian marketplaces with the use of a car bomb. The attack has killed 30 and wounded countless others. This attack is very similar to the car bomb attack that hit Baghdad last week, where ISIS used a car bomb to target the Shia Muslim group at a car dealership. This attack was expected to be carried out by Al-Shabaab, an African terrorist group with close ties to ISIS. One of the commanders of Al-Shabaab stated that he wanted to target the president of Somalia and his followers, thus further raising suspicion that Al-Shabaab did carry out these attacks. As of right now, the Somali government is offering $100,000 for hard evidence and information concerning this attack. Now, with more news and violence, there has been a bit of an upswing on the attack against Mosul. Mosul has been a stronghold of ISIS since about June 2014, when the Iraqi army dropped their weapons and ran for their lives. In recent months, Iraqi forces have liberated the eastern part of Mosul from ISIS. This was in October. ISIS, however, still controls the western portion. As of Tuesday, the Iraqi army has captured a key town in the fight by the name of Abu Saif. What is so special about the town, you may ask? Well, this town overlooks Mosul's airport and its heavily populated western areas, which are controlled by ISIS. The struggle to keep the city contained is mounting, as a network of tunnels near the town can leave the army open to surprise attacks. In addition to the tunnels, there are large numbers of crudely made bombs that plague the streets. The fight to regain western Mosul, from the evidence found just in this small town, will be a bloody one. Now let's move on to the cyber offensive. Cybercrime, everyone knows it, from phishing to viruses. It is everywhere on the internet, especially in those spam emails in your inbox. What you don't hear about often is about where it is made, and that the information to make said viruses is expansive. A quick search will turn up forums and sites where stolen goods, credit cards, and data are openly traded. Most of these websites are from former people of the Soviet Union countries such as Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and Kazakhstan, just to name a few. Some of these people have been involved on these sites since around the early years of the internet, but it was all for learning. Around sometime in 2007 or 2008 is where things have gone downhill, where extortion for payments have arisen. One form of extortion, which can be easily brought from a company, locks a computer until a payment is made to a specified account. The main methods of extortion happen to be a very, very alarming message posing as government officials or something else that would easily scare people. Scared people do anything to feel safe again, thus making them easy targets, making them pay a fee of bitcoins. Now, a couple bitcoins may not sound too bad, but one Bitcoin is worth about $1,192. And they almost always shoot for 10 plus Bitcoins. The reason for Bitcoin transactions, Bitcoin is 100% anonymous and can be converted to the currency of any country. Now, let's get on with the best part of this broadcast, the news about what is going on here at TCS. Last week here at TCS, we had another edition of the Conversation With series with Ken Bancroft. Mr. Ken has been a number of things within his life, from a kid in Remington just down the street from the school, a former soldier, former president of the St. Agnes Hospital, and also a longtime supporter of the school. Mr. Ken has shared his life story and his lessons that he's learned from all walks of life while he's walked in. He had an extremely interesting story to tell, and it is much appreciated that he came in. Again, thank you for coming, Mr. Ken. It means a lot. This one is a personal message from the school. Our dearest creative writing class has been out for a couple weeks. Mr. Don, just to let you know, we're thinking about you. Now, I'd like to speak plainly with y'all. When there isn't much that goes on at TCS, that being special event-wise, we do a character highlight from time to time. We take this time to highlight characters we feel have done a great amount of stuff for the school. This very hard-working, dedicated person we don't talk about on here often, Mr. Thomas Collada. This man works about a 14-hour workday on average. Weekends, he shoots for about 10. On top of this man is worried about 20 students, keeping the school afloat, and is most definitely worried about the people in his personal life. How he juggles it all is completely beyond me. And this man has done this for about 38 years. Thomas Collada, on behalf of generations of people that you have made a mark on, a great mark on, I think I speak for all when I say thank you for so much for going above and beyond the call of duty and being in our lives. Well, on that note, all good things must come to an end, that being our broadcast. This was the last broadcast of the second trimester. We hope to see you again soon. Thank you for tuning in for TCS Student News. Again, I'm your host, Marcus McKeever. Signing off.